Yo, what's up, YouTube? I think this is probably my last upload before X and Y comes out. This doesn't mean I'm only necessarily going to upload 6th-gen battles because I think Showdown is going to be taking a little bit to upload the new mechanics and everything. So I might be, and I definitely will stick to a 5th-gen, at least this tier, because it's pretty awesome. I like, my bad, rarely use a lot in this new metagame. Kind of like OU, kind of like Ubers, kinda. UU is a little bit iffy, and never played NU to be honest. But I promised that I would bring my my triple booster with a new version, which is Moltres instead of Absol. So what I've got is a whole bunch of changes in this team. I've got a Thunderfang over Ironhead on the Rant, so it's got X Scissor, Thunderfang, Superpower, and Hone Claws. Then I've got a Grass Gem Petal Dance Lilligan with HP Rock, Sleep Out, and Quiver Dance. I've got a Metal Plate Omastar because it really doesn't need the White Herb, and Life Orb takes up too much damage now. I could go with Lumberry or Expert Belt too. Expert Belt is redundant because the only thing that doesn't get KOs is HP Grass, and it's going to do pretty much the same thing. Plus, it helps me beat Quillfish, which hits a little bit harder because Expert Belt only strikes when your opponent is weak to it, and Quillfish is not weak to Grass. But yeah, I went with a Metal Plate over Lumberry because it's lulzy, and yeah, it's fun. And since I've got a Moltres, I put Rapid Spin on my Smeargle. Moltres is Scarf with Sleep Talk, U-Turn, Fire Blast, Hurricane. And Rotom is the only member that stays the same, which is a sub-split set. Now my opponent is running Druddigon, Tangrowth, Lantern, Entei, Cryogonal, and Gallade. This is a bulky-ass team. I know that I can break through with my sweepers unless he gets hacks on me, so I should be fine for the most part. Now looking at leads, it really doesn't matter what he leads off with because I'm gonna get a Spore no matter what. And if he leads off with Entei, he has to make a move first, so he cannot Sleep Talk after I go for Spore. This means I get one hazard for free at least, as long as I block the spin. So let's roll with the plan. He goes with Entei, I go with Smeargle. It really doesn't matter. I'm just gonna go for Spore. He goes for an extreme speed. Doesn't even bring me down to my Sash because Smeargle is pro as fuck. I'm not gonna be able to leave a Stealth Rock switch in though, so I gotta be wary of that. I went for a layer Stealth Rock here because why not? He goes into Cryogonal. He's obviously gonna go for Rapid Spin, so I'm gonna switch into Rotom. Now I don't know what kind of set he is. If he's offensive, I'm assuming defensive by the structure of his team, but he pops me with an Ice Beam and does way too much damage. So I'm like, hey, why is this offensive as fuck? So I switched to Moltres because I know I can take one hit, and that Ice Beam still does a fuck ton. And I'm like, okay, Fire Blast is gonna kill. He's offensive. Psych! He lives with 2. I'm like, I don't know if that was max or min. I really didn't give a fuck. I just go into the Rant. Luckily, I don't miss, and I take his Cryogonal, so my hazards are here to stay, which is pretty good. Now he goes into Tangrowth. I know he's gonna go for an HP Fire, but I really didn't want to go into Omastar just on the off chance he goes for any other move. So I decided to sack my Smeargle, which is the overall best play. And now I think I'm going to Rotom to Pain Split on this thing, because I think he's just gonna go straight for the attack. So I go for Pain Split, get a whole bunch of damage, and he recovers a lot of that with the Giga Drain. But what I'm gonna do is sub because I thought he would predict my Pain Split again, because I thought he would predict me to predict, so I just went for the safe move. He didn't. He went for Giga Drain. Now I know he's gonna Sleep Powder, but I need Rotom to stay asleep because none of my triple boosters can be put to sleep, and the Randy's not gonna kill if I'm not a +1. So now I'm gonna into Lilligant. He goes for a knockoff. It's whatever. I was actually predicting the Giga Drain or HP Fire, but I would have been able to take it very nicely. I'm gonna go for a Quiver Dance on the switch. He goes into Entei, and judging by the damage, I might be able to take it out. I think it's a min-max, but yeah, another smidgen. Let's go. Luckily, he doesn't get Flare Blitz. Well, it's not lucky. I mean, if he hadn't got the Flare Blitz off, he would have gone into Lantern, which would have been my win condition guarantee because I know that I can set up on it with Duran. But that was actually the best game plan I could have gone for. He knocked off my Grass Gem, so I'm not going to be able to kill off this Gallade, but he doesn't have Shadow Sneak, so I'm going to be able to 2-hit KO this. He makes a nice play, switches out to Druddigon, realizing that I'm going to die to 2 rough skin damages, and he knows he can take 2. Now I was praying I would get the 2 turn, but I don't. I get the 3 turn, so I cannot put this thing to sleep because Entei died till this Lilligant's hands, and he's gonna get his stealth rocks up, which is a reliable play because he knew I would die. Now I need to go into my Omastar, and I'm gonna go for Surf just in case he switches or something else. And I don't know what he's going to switch into. Maybe Glade, maybe Lantern. So he goes into Glade, and I'm like, okay, a Surf should be able to kill this thing off. But he lives with 3. I think he would have been able to live regardless, because yeah, it's just Glade, you know. You feel me? I'm gonna go for another Surf because I cannot boost because I'll die to the minus defense thing. And yeah, he gets a little bit of HP back. Now my only hope is to win with Durant, to kill off that Lantern in one shot. So I go for a Hone Claws, and this is gonna be crucial. He gets a crit with a Drain Punch. Now, as you saw, the damage was 71%, which would have rounded down to like 36. So if you add 36 to my HP count, I would have been at probably 53 or something of the sort. So I go for next Scissor, I take this thing out, and I would have been able to have a 53 HP. It happens that Skull from Lantern does 56 max, and I'm not gonna be able to take this thing out with the next Scissor. So he happens to get a lucky crit, which didn't matter, and my only chance right here is to go into Rotom, pray that I wake up on the first turn. I'm obviously going to have 1 guaranteed to sleep. Skull is a 2 KO, unfortunately, and yep, I'm not going to wake up, so he gets the win. Now, that Flare Blitz he didn't get on the Lilligant was actually pretty big, because if he had killed me off, I definitely would have gone into Omastar, and the only thing he had to take me on was Lantern. And after that thing was weakened, I know that my fucking Durant could even leave a Skull like with ease, with like, I don't know, maybe have 50% left, even enough to take like a Sucker Punch from Druddigon and even a possible Shadow Sneak, but he didn't have Shadow Sneak on his Glade. So I would have been able to sweep with Durant a lot more easily, because Lantern was really the only thing that could take a hit from it, because Druddigon dies after Stealth Rock. And yeah, that kind of ruined my plan. It was a good game overall, so that's why I'm uploading it. A little bit of hacks in the end. Well, mostly on his side, because I didn't really get any bit of hacks in this match. But it was whatever. I ain't even mad. And this is all you're gonna get out of me before X and Y. And I'll see you all later. Peace.